You're listening to the Rational Rage Network.
Welcome to a special edition of the Rational Rage. Today we're shifting gears. This is the camping trip. I'm calling this the Cryptocast. Okay, and I don't know anybody's gonna want to go camping after they hear what we gotta tell them. Over here we have with me around the campfire. Guys, say what's up. Starting off with DJ Mass Effects from Australia.
G'day.
From Cali, Homeboy 88.
What's up, everybody?
From north of the border, Canada, my man Tim Gilby.
Word.
We're going to get into a little bit of uncharted territory for the rational one. Tim.
Yes.
Talk to us about Bigfoot.
Well, my Bigfoot experience was I was at work and I worked in this factory that was sort of out in the middle of nowhere, this little city called Port Robinson in the Niagara region here in Ontario, Canada. And I was on midnight shift. It was about mid-May. And I went outside for a smoke as I would normally do out the back door. I looked up and there was this big, tall, fucking huge thing there. And I'm very convinced it was a Bigfoot. It scared the shit out of me. I ran back in my factory. I locked the door, locked my mouth shut, and didn't say anything to anybody about it because I didn't want everybody to think I was crazy.
Are you sure it wasn't a bear or somebody's
or could it have been El Gigante from WCW in the Bigfoot costume?
John Gonzalez.
Yeah.
No, this thing was huge. It was huge. It was the biggest thing I've ever seen moving in my life, and I've seen bears.
What do you approximate its height was?
10 feet.
Wait, 10 feet?
Yep.
That's huge.
Wow.
10 feet.
10
feet.
fucking feet. Dude, you know what, man?
Do you want to know how I have a relation to the size of it?
How big was El Gigante? 8 feet?
8 foot 2.
That guy.
8'2".
Oh, damn.
I believe something like that.
Are you open to the possibility that maybe shadows might have played a part in the whole 10 feet?
Nope. You're a camera guy. You know lighting. If the light is below you, it makes you look bigger when the light's behind you. The pole that was behind Bigfoot was 30 feet in the air. It was approximately 1,000-watt high-pressure sodium pointing right at him, and he was about, 20 feet away from the pole in front. So if the light's coming down, it actually makes you look smaller.
Shit.
Damn, so the motherfucker might have been like 20 feet then. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ, man. Did he smell? Did you smell anything? Because I heard
Not smell anything because I work in a really stinky factory. It was a heat treating facility, and we punched steel and oil. So it was a constant, permanent smell of burning oil around my whole factory.
Yeah, because the stories I've heard about Bigfoot is that he smells real bad, and you get this strong, wet dog smell.
Wet dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. Like I said, we quench out steel that comes out of the oven at 1,550 degrees into oil for hardening, and it's a constant smoke show in that place. So you can't smell nothing. Somebody could be standing beside you and fart, and you won't even smell it.
Did it make any sounds?
I didn't give it a chance to. I went outside, lit my smoke, looked up. It scared the shit out of me. I sort of froze for a second, turned tail, and ran back in and locked the door.
Yeah, I would have probably done the same exact thing, man. Now, were you ever able to make out any shape or form out of its silhouette or something? I mean, I know it's hard, but did you see its eyes? Maybe any other features?
Just the black shadow.
Hairy?
Just the black shadow, and from the shape of it, you could tell it wasn't you got dudes, got the muscles and stuff, but if you got a bear, you sort of got whatever, but it definitely had the V shape. I know people can't see me doing what I'm doing with my hands right now, but it definitely had the V shape.
Okay, so let me ask you guys each individually. Spiro, do you believe in Bigfoot?
And I would like to. I would like to. I want it to be real, but I'll tell you now, man, if it turned out that it was real and we had concrete evidence, it would be done, bro. Humans would find a way to make it go extinct.
Do you want to hear the weird part of my story, though?
What's that?
There's a weird part.
There's a weird part of the story.
If it wasn't weird
I
enough.
never told anybody about this. Not my sister, not my son, not anybody. Nobody knew about this because I didn't want anybody to think I was whacked. Oh, you were on midnights and half asleep. In August, we were on a family camping trip. It was me, my sister, her mother, her mother, and my mother are different. My dad had many kids with many women.
All right.
So we're sitting around the campfire. And I just happened to say to her, Sherry, have you ever seen anything weird in Port Robinson? Because she only lived a few blocks away in this little place called Port Robinson. She goes, what, Bigfoot? Right out of the blue. My jaw dropped, and I just dropped the whole conversation after that.
So she's seen Bigfoot too in Port Robinson?
Yep. Apparently every spring they see it coming through like a migration thing.
Wait a minute. Is this more than
believe
one?
in Bigfoot?
Well, I believe in Bigfoot. I'm not sure, man, to be honest. Like, I want to, like what Spirit said, but I need to see, like, more evidence, really, you know what I mean? Like, why isn't there no, supposedly, like, DNA, you know what I mean? Like, apparently David Paulides found DNA, supposedly, but then there's a lot of politics involved, so I'm not sure what to think, you know what I mean?
Well,
I know that in India or something they had studied some like hairs, and they did like 10 tests, and 8 out of the 10 came back inconclusive, I think.
Yeah.
But they never reported on the other 2. Maybe they did, but I researched it. I couldn't find anything on the other 2 tests.
How long ago was that?
Was it last year? I'm not sure. Now.
There was a documentary on Netflix on all the hair stuff too, that from people finding different samples from all around North America and stuff. But out of that, I think 1 or 2 of them came up inconclusive as well, and they couldn't figure out what it was. But everything else they determined, like bears and stuff like that.
Right.
Do you think it's like, say, is it like a real thing, like, you know, a physical being?
I'd say it's a real thing, man, because I seen the damn thing.
No, I know. No, obviously, yeah. But
and you know
they
what?
say it's interdimensional as well, you know what I mean?
That's what they say too, but I don't believe in all that fucking third dimension bullshit.
Huh?
Them time traveling and, you know, they're aliens and they walk in and out of, like, you know, the third dimension. And no, I don't believe in any of that crap. I just think there's a few of them less in the world because, you know, there used to be a lot more back in the old days, because if you look at a lot of the North American Indian tribes' totem poles, a lot of them, the base animal is Bigfoot.
That's
Really?
Yep.
Is it Bigfoot or does it look like Bigfoot and it's probably meant to be a bison or something?
No, no, the bison doesn't look like Bigfoot. No, they did a
Not at all.
But even, like, you know, you watch the documentaries on it, and they'll even say that's what they see, the big hairy person, hairy man. Some of the tribes call it the skinny man for some reason. I don't know why, but
yeah,
that's interesting.
Well, just recently there was like 2 gentlemen in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know if you guys heard the story, and they supposedly caught a Bigfoot, and they took it to their house, and it was decomposing or whatever. I guess it was dead.
Yeah.
And, guess where they put it, guys? Guess where they put it?
Where?
Don't tell me the fridge.
In a Yeti cooler.
Ah, man.
Okay, here's the thing. If they're not real, why would the U.S. government actually have it in the law books that you're not allowed to shoot one?
Exactly, man. I know that some states, there are laws that say that if you see it, just leave it alone, don't shoot at it and all that. I know that the FBI was actually investigating it.
There was an incident in the 70s, or I believe the late 70s, with the army. Like, something went down. I forgot where it was. Well, it was somewhere in the States, but I can't remember where it was. Have you guys heard anything about that?
Yeah, there was a whole documentary on it. I think it was actually the early 80s.
Oh, it was the early 80s, okay.
There was an incident somewhere, I would say, in the Appalachian area. And there was actually Army guys talking about working hand in hand with Bigfoots to recover the Bigfoots from, I think it might have been a forest fire or something like that.
Yeah, it was. Actually, you're right. It was a
thing like that. And the Army guys actually have sworn statements working side by side with Bigfoots, trying to rescue the family of Bigfoots that were stuck in the Appalachians.
I must admit that was pretty intriguing, man. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that was an
made me
intense
start thinking-
documentary.
That was, yeah. I
What,
can't
what
remember
was it called?
But it's good.
I can't remember the name, but I'm
Yeah.
bad with names on stuff like that. But it was on YouTube.
Yeah, I can't even remember the name too. It was a while ago when I saw it, but it's a good one.
I'll tell you guys, man, you know, this is a topic that intrigues me. I used to be a big Bigfoot head, like back in the days, man, as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult. And even though I kind of like, you know, quit reading up on it and all that, anytime I would see on like Netflix or on Amazon Prime or something, a new Bigfoot film, a documentary, the movies, I would always like sit through them no matter how bad or how, you know, documentary wise, there's so many out there that I want to find the producers and like choke them because they're such a waste of fucking time.
Yeah, it's
like-
all the big buildup, and then there's no payoff. There's no money shot.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, and finally, the moment you've been waiting for, the footage of Bigfoot, and you're looking, and there's nothing but like thick ass brush on the other side of this thick brush. If you listen closely, you will hear it. Man, go fuck yourself.
This is the camera footage of this is where the apple was sitting on the branch, and look at the apple is now gone. That shit drives me nuts. Oh, look at these trees that have been knocked over. It looks like it was made into a giant teepee frame.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. There was this guy in the Pacific Northwest, an old army guy. He went on a trip somewhere. He brought a couple of his buddies. He filmed a documentary, and it's like that. It's like, you know, they would go to sleep, right? At nighttime, they would hear sounds. They would go to sleep, wake up the next day. Oh my God, man. Look at this tree. Look at this. This was not like this last night. It's like, get the fuck out of here. And that was the whole thing, bro. You know?
Did you see the documentary of the guy playing the drums in the middle of the woods trying to summon Bigfoot?
I think I did. I'm not sure.
So I live in California, right? And I used to take my family to San Diego to vacation down there. And we went to the Museum of Man. And there they had this big giant ape. It was called the Gigantopithecus. You know about that, right, Tim?
Yep.
Yeah,
the Gigantopithecus. And they lived in China. So the theory is that when the Bering Strait that connected Russia to Alaska and the people migrated over here, that animal, the Gigantopithecus, crossed over too, and they think that that's the Bigfoot.
That makes sense, man. It makes a lot of sense.
Or whatever, and it just stayed in the forest, obviously.
It makes sense because Native Americans who are not so native to America crossed over, and since it's
right.
And since Bigfoot is something that's so attached to their lore and all that, I wouldn't be shocked, man, if there was something like it could have been some big, tall, hairy dude who had hairy-ass kids and wife came on. No, listen, you know what, man? It could be. True. And it could be this guy decided to live away from everybody else due to his appearance and all that shit. I don't know.
No.
And the guy ended up becoming this fucking story that got passed down from ages, but it's actually based on a real person.
No, I'm talking about an actual primate that was like Tim said, like 9.5 feet tall. And
I know
mated and then just spread over here in the Pacific Northwest. Not a big hairy guy, Spiro.
I understand, but I'm telling you,
it's different theories. That's all.
Yeah, man.
Well, there's Russian footage on YouTube that looks pretty intriguing, actually, which made me question, shit, that looks pretty real. Mm-hmm. If you look for like a Russian, you know, Bigfoot, Yeti, whatever you want to say, right? There is actually intriguing footage out there that looks pretty convincing too, man.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. We have to get some links set up.
What is it called?
Yeah, look it up.
You got a link?
I could probably find it. It was on YouTube.
If you go to the Chinese medicine shops in China, they have, what is it, Tim? The Bigfoot.
The COVID.
No, Bigfoot COVID.
That too. But they have the Bigfoot fingers, right?
The wet market.
To sell as medicine, right? And the apothecary, is that what it's called?
Yeah, they're called apothecaries.
And that's where they found like the remains of the Gigantopithecus, the actual fossils.
So, really?
Yeah.
Yo, where was it that they found that one Lucy? Remember?
Mm,
Yeah, I do remember
I don't
hearing about
know.
that.
Was that
Wasn't
in
it
China?
in the States? I thought
Oh, I don't know.
it was in the States.
We're gonna have to look that up, man. Yo,
So nobody other than me has had any experiences with the Bigfoot.
Not me.
Other than me watching in the early 1980s that damn Bigfoot movie that scared the living shit out of me. Remember that one, Spiro?
which one?
No? Where the guy was in the bathroom, right, in the woods or whatever, and then they would play it all the time on like Channel 5 over here. And
What
the
was it
Bigfoot
called?
would come and he shook the damn the bathroom, and then like he looks out and it's a Bigfoot. Because around that time they were playing that footage. That one footage with the Bigfoot crossing the creek and it caught fire.
The Patterson Gimlin or something.
Yeah, the Patterson Gimlin film.
You see, man, the thing about that is, man, you got a guy that came out and said that, yeah, that was me in a suit. But then you also have scientists that studied some kind of fibers, I don't know what. And you even have people who may or may not have been paid that went on camera, experts, and they said, yeah, look at his stride. Look at the way the fucking leg muscles move and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know, man. I mean, it fucking looked weird, you know?
Yeah, that was definitely a weird video, and I've watched a lot of documentaries on that one. And just the gait, like one with the more modern technology, they can zoom in and do better, like, you know, photography of it stuff and zoom actually into the muscles and like the chestal area and stuff like that. I don't think a person in a monkey suit could pull that off. Like, you know, Planet of the Apes was pretty intense, but you didn't literally see like their leg muscles flexing when they were walking. You know what I mean? Like, But it's also weird too. How the fuck does some dude just buy a camera, go out that day, and find a Bigfoot? Like, how does that happen? Because he literally just bought the camera, set it up, and like had the film in like no time at all. That's the part that throws me off on that.
I don't know, man. That person you were talking to, and she brought up Bigfoot. Did she ever tell you her story and all that?
No, I sort of dropped it. I sort of had my mind blown, and that was it for me. That's all I had to hear.
Man.
That's all I had to hear. What, Bigfoot? And it just was like, and we just dropped it. I didn't pursue it any further because, to be honest, I've had guns pointed at me. I've been in car accidents. I used to race a car, and nothing scared me more than that motherfucker that night. Our shop was hot as hell. 1,500-degree ovens everywhere. Like, I stood in front of an oven that you could put a tank inside of and heat a whole tank up. We have all these bay doors everywhere, man doors and stuff. Even in the wintertime, we have every door open just because it's so hot in there. You're wearing shorts, you're drinking Gatorade, eating watermelon because it's just hot. After that night, as soon as I started my midnight shift, I went around, I closed every bay door and locked every man door on my half of the factory.
Was there other workers there as well, obviously, or
no? You're sort of cordoned off into zones in that factory, and I was in my own zone because like it's a dangerous factory. My furnace, it was called a rotisserie, and it had 10 stations in it, and it was like as big as a house. And when I accidentally lit that thing on fire, the flames were like 50 feet up. And so they would cordon off the different sections to contain it to your section. Which was another scary thing, but it wasn't as scary as Bigfoot. But 50-foot flames, that was pretty gnarly. So anyways, like I was in my own section, and my section was on the east side, and there was nothing there other than used to be a factory that sold steel. They had all the steel beams out there. So the lights that were behind it that were on the pole was actually for one of those, it's not really a crane, but it's like a rail system over in the sky, like a sky crane.
Like a scissor lift sort of thing?
It was like a sky crane, like you would see in the movies, you know, moving those sea cans around and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, that's how high up the lights were that were shining down on this thing. And the light was there. It was probably 20 feet in front of the light, and I was like, I don't even know how many feet away, like 100 meters away to my door.
Oh, shit, man.
That's insanity. But,
that's insane.
Yeah, the Bigfoot thing is not strictly North American.
It's all over the world.
Yeah, it's
Abominable Snowman is a Bigfoot, right?
Yeah,
Even here,
Yeti.
The Yeti.
Isn't the Yeti what the Russians call it?
The
Asians.
Himalayans.
Okay, all right. Well, here we call them Yowies.
Yowies?
Yowies. And there's a lot of the natives here believe in the Yowies, man, or Bigfoot, Sasquatch. But yeah, they call them Yowies here, and apparently they do. There's been a lot of sightings. Personally, I haven't seen any, and I'm not aware of any in my own state, but apparently they're out there.
What part of Australia are you in?
In Melbourne.
So all of this, and I'm just thinking, never play hide and go seek with a Bigfoot because you'll never find the motherfucker, right? I mean, they're the greatest of all time. But Jane Goodall, the lady that did Gorillas in the Mist, right?
Yep.
She says there might be a Bigfoot out there, that she more than likely believes that there could be a big ape in the forest that nobody knows about. She said it.
Where though? You know, in what country? And going back to what Jimmy said, you know, it's like I would imagine that a Bigfoot in Australia would not be the same as one here. I mean, when you think about the fucking climate, the fucking terrain and all that shit, that has to play some factor in its fur or lack of fur, even maybe.
Apparently,
lack of fur, muscular.
Yeah,
they're a little bit smaller apparently compared to your normal Sasquatch, Bigfoot type of thing. They're supposed to be a little bit different, but it's a Bigfoot. You know what I mean? But here the climate is pretty similar to California. They say it's pretty much similar weather. So I mean, in Cali, is there any sightings really? They're supposed to be there as well, right?
In California?
Yeah.
Tons of the documentaries on like YouTube and stuff like that. Like in the mountain areas, there's all
California, huh? No, I couldn't even find the motherfucker in Grand Theft Auto. So how am I going to find him in California, right?
They're supposed to be.
There's one on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. Really?
And the UFOs. You can't
find them.
I'm gonna have to fire that game back up. I haven't played it in a long time.
That's true. I've only come across
on the serious note, like I've heard a lot of podcasts about Bigfoot, and what they say is that they'll hear them like and do that kind of shit and scare the living shit out of them. Whoop, whoop, or they whoop, right? And they call out for other Bigfoots. And there's that pitch black at night, and there's hunters, and they're scared shitless. They're like, oh, shit. And they don't know what to do. They don't know what it is, but they all say the same story. They make that noise, and if a Bigfoot gets close, it smells real, real bad. And they just they don't want to go back out there. They're scared, man.
It's a scary thing.
He's calling you a bitch, Tim.
No.
That's fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Never, man. Never.
No, when it came out, man, I was.
You don't want a 10-foot Chewbacca rolling up on you, tearing your arms off, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I've been as far north as
Chewbacca looks like Bigfoot to me. He don't look like no damn dog. That looks like Bigfoot.
I've been as far north in Ontario as you can get onto a road. And I was sleeping on the back seat in my uncle's van. We came around a bend, and all of a sudden I was on the floor. He slammed the brakes on. We had a friggin' bear standing up in front, right in front of the van. We're sitting there camping, and there's bears like going through the garbage a couple campsites over. There's pictures of me standing there with a moose that's like, I don't know, 12 feet tall with its rack.
Shit.
I've been in a boat watching whole moose families walk right past us as we're bass fishing. Like, I've seen big animals, and none of them scared me. None of them. I've seen bears on more than one occasion. Like, my dad, he lived up north for 27 years until his house burnt down a few years ago. And literally, we're out ice fishing, and there's bear tracks right beside the ice hut.
Could it be that people are confusing bears, like standing up, as a Bigfoot?
They do stand up.
Yeah, they do stand up, but this was nothing like the bears that I've seen standing up in real life.
I've never seen a bear in my life. We don't even have any here except for koala bears. That's it. And kangaroos. There's fucking heaps. I'm telling you, man.
Might be a little scary. I've seen that one fighting video where that guy got the boxing match.
I kid you not. I walked up on 3 kangaroos late at night, just around the corner from my joint, right?
No way.
I swear, 3 in the morning, I went to go and buy a pack of smokes, right? I kid you not. I thought at first, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like 3 fucking, I'm telling you, man, they're about 6 foot each. I seriously thought they were fucking aliens for a second. I'm like, what the fuck were they? And man, I shoot myself, man. I'm telling you.
You ever seen a red kangaroo? Because I heard they're the biggest, meanest.
Fuck that.
sons of
Yeah,
bitches,
fuck those
man.
things, bro.
Yeah.
No, we don't have them down here. We got grey ones, right? But the red ones, they're up north, basically, and they're huge, man.
What are those like?
What?
I heard that they can claw your fucking intestines out, Spiro. But if they get pissed off.
No, the red ones are bad, man. Like savage. I'm telling you. But if you see them up close, they're pretty big, man. I'm not talking about like little ones. I'm talking about fucking huge ones, man. Like they're huge.
You're saying the regular gray ones?
Yeah, even the regular grey ones. I've seen the cops actually kill the fucking kangaroo just on the street, man.
Kangaroo lives matter, bro.
Oh, you beat me to it.
I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. Some dude, because they're pests here, man. So every person like hits them with their cars and shit, and they're huge. They damage your car, man. I mean,
you guys eat them?
Well, yeah. The Anglo-Australians love it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me, I would not even touch it. You know
How's their tail?
Yeah,
We got a
it tastes
thing here.
good.
If you run over a deer or something like that, you're allowed to take it home and eat it, or a bear or whatever.
Fucking better. Hell yeah.
Yeah. If you kill something in the car, it's yours.
No, I heard kangaroos, you can't even mess with those, right? They're really, really protected.
Bro, I'm
there.
telling you, man, I shit bricks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're pretty vicious. If they're with their kids, basically, their cubs, man, they're ultra protective, man. Like, you cannot get close to them. They'll literally all just gang up on you. Or they run away.
Bro, kangaroos have got to be one of the most gangster fucking animals.
I knew you were going to say
man.
that. Everyone says that.
Or an ostrich.
They're weird, man. They're weird.
Yo, all the videos I see of them, it's like, you know, as soon as you fucking press play, it's like, oh my God, they're so cute. But then
nah, man.
Then they're doing some grimy, dirty fighting. Fucking, it's like, what the? He should be in cuffs, man. He should be in jail.
I'm telling you,
boxing gloves on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they do. They fight, man. They literally punch on, man.
They got
if
those.
They kick you, you go flying.
Yeah, man. They got those powerful tails that they actually lean back on. And they got these like humongous like claws, bro, that they can stab right through you and shit and just fuck your whole shit up, man.
And they have big feet.
Yeah.
They're huge. I'm telling you.
Bigfoot.
We're
Bigfoot. That, we solved it, bro.
That's
Kangaroos
it.
are Bigfoot.
There we go.
That's it.
End of the story, right there, bro.
It's a fucking kangaroo in a gorilla suit, motherfuckers, bro.
Son of a bitch.
You can't jump
he got
in.
real hairy, bro.
The fucking kangaroo jack.
Kangaroo Jack. Fuck that. You know what
He
I
has a
mean?
jacket on.
Nah, but the snakes are even worse, man. Fuck the snakes too down here.
Jesus, man. Yeah, man. It seems like there's always like some kind of an animal there. It's like, yo, let me ask you,
I hate
man,
them, bro. I hate them all here.
Do you guys even have fucking zoos there? I mean, because it just seems like the whole nation is one big zoo, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Look, the snakes here, like, are everywhere, man, even locally. I mean, like, I'm in the city, yeah? So, like, and there's snakes everywhere. The two worst snakes in the world, right? Two of the most venomous snakes are, like, just here. Like, do you know what I mean? Literally, they're everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah, in Melbourne, man. Like,
That's
literally.
what Steve Irwin used to do, right?
In California, we used to have a lot of snakes, like, when I was growing up, and now there's nothing. There's no snakes around. Thank God, because I used to be scared shitless when I ran up on a snake.
I hate snakes, man. I walked over a tiger snake, which is like the thing.
Wait, what the fuck's a tiger snake?
They're only from Australia only. They're nowhere else around.
Yo, has anybody here ever heard of a fucking tiger snake?
Never.
What the fuck's a tiger snake?
Look up the top 10 most venomous snakes in the world. 7 of them are from here only. Really?
Jesus Christ,
the worst, man.
No, I heard Australia has like the deadliest fucking animals. What the fuck?
Yeah,
man?
Look up a Bigfoot snake, man.
Bigfoot snake, yeah.
The crocodiles are the closest thing to Bigfoot here, probably.
Jesus Christ.
I've seen crocodiles and alligators in real life, but not in the wild, just in like the zoos and stuff. And the one zoo here actually has a flock of kangaroos as well.
Yeah,
crocodiles, alligators taste good though, man. I'll tell you that much.
That's
I know.
What everyone says. I couldn't do it, man. I heard it tastes like chicken.
I couldn't either.
Like chicken.
Why not?
I don't know. It's crocodile, man. I don't know.
You know how you say crocodile in Spanish? Cocodrilo.
Cocodrilo.
Words are funnier in Spanish, bro. Cocodrilo, man.
It's the same in Greek, man. How would you say it? Do you even know what it is in Greek?
I forgot.
Crocodile.
No, cocodrilo.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, cocodrilo.
I forgot. But anyways, goddamn. Yo, we got off track here.
Yeah,
back to Bigfoot.
That's my fault.
Let's go back to Bigfoot, man.
That's all right, man.
Is Bigfoot real or not, guys?
Yo, well, listen, man. The FBI, right? There was a doctor of some sort. I don't know, man. Nowadays, they slap the word doctor to like, doctor of fucking crayons, doctor of fucking paint and so forth, doctor of medicine, doctor of psychology, doctor of fucking whores. I don't know. But some kind of a doctor had conducted some studies, gathered some reports, and he forwarded to the FBI. The FBI investigated it, and they put out a statement saying that the investigation, they concluded that there's no evidence of its existence, that they sent a report to the doctor. Now, that doctor claims that he never got shit. He was never contacted by the FBI with their findings and all that shit. So that makes you think, did they find something? Because if anybody has capabilities, because listen, man, you know what? To be honest, there's a lot of the planet, and not only in the ocean, there's a lot of land that's uncharted.
Oh, absolutely.
So I would imagine that the fucking Fed would have some kind of technology and resources to be able to conduct a more extensive search, So maybe they found something and they lied. I don't know.
Well, I think your government hides more than they let out,
Of course.
So
of course. And bro, to be honest, man, they should because brother,
people are retarded.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
bro, the average American,
jeez,
the average American cannot handle the fucking truth. Okay, imagine if they told them, yes, it's true. We have aliens in Area 51. Yes, it's true. We have had a partnership with Bigfoot, for all these years. Dude, people would fucking, bro, they would be buying up all the fucking toilet paper again and all that shit, dude. Oh, my God.
Okay, so
podcast, War of the Worlds, and how many hundreds of people in the United States killed themselves from a radio broadcast. It was just like a show.
Okay, so we're going to solve the Bigfoot now. Tim, where was this? Where was that incident? What city again?
Port Robinson, Ontario. It's a little area.
You're gonna go back there.
Niagara Falls.
You're gonna have an ice chest full of raw meat. You're gonna take a big net, okay, and a flashlight for the middle of the night, and and you're gonna go out there and you're gonna catch a Bigfoot.
Nice knowing you, Tim.
We'll start a GoFundMe, and next May I will spend the whole month of May hidden out by where my factory used to be because I'm not allowed on my factory property. So
what did you do, man? Jesus Christ! What the fuck?
No, it's not anything that I did. The company's actually owned by this company called ICC, which is an American company who makes all of your stealth technology, tanks, missiles, and stuff. So once you've worked in this factory and you're no longer there, you have to sign NDAs as to what you used to do there.
You see, I want to say something, man, to all these fucking liberal assholes out there. Take that. You see, not everything is made in China, motherfuckers.
Nope.
Fucking over here, everything's made in China. Seriously. Everything.
Yeah.
Your kangaroos too?
Pretty much. Hey,
Chinese vacation.
They love it. Yeah.
Right?
They do, man. They love it. Sorry,
you should have seen some of the neat stuff that I heat treated back when I was working there.
Oh, shit. This sounds like a nice topic for a whole other episode, man.
I'd be standing there all grungy, covered in grease and shit because I'm running the machine and dunking the parts in the oil, and I'm standing beside guys with lab coats on and friggin' glasses and pocket protectors because they're taking measurements. We're trying to drill in the steels to see what casings are the hardest, proper hardening, and trying experiments with different liquids to make sure casings are the proper hardnesses for certain things. And it was pretty wild.
This sounds like this might have to be our next episode, guys. I don't even know if I could talk about it. Well,
damn.
You know what? We're going to have to get Tim sauced up here.
How long do NDAs last for?
What's up?
How long do non-disclosure agreements last for?
I don't know. It depends. You know,
What about if we blurred your face, right? Like, and change your voice, make it all robotic and shit.
No, a lot of people know who I am. I do have an internet presence, unfortunately.
Port 10.
And I've been on a few watch lists.
Bigfoot or the CIA?
yo, guys, real quick. All right. So, according to some theories and some encounters and stories that have been told, have you guys ever heard of the Forest Bride theory and shit, where it was made popular in a movie by Bobcat Goldthwait? Willow Creek. If you haven't seen it and you're a Bigfoot enthusiast, check it out. I think it's actually good. Yeah.
It's a good movie. Definitely a good movie. It's
absolutely, man. This girl goes missing, and spoiler alert, I don't know if you guys care, but at the end, they're trying to survive an attack from the Bigfoot, and they're running through the woods, and they run into this girl naked and shit. And the film ends with, I think Bigfoot ends up kidnap another one of the girls. So supposedly the whole theory is that Bigfoot takes these females, mates with them, etc., etc. You know,
is this based on a true story? Is it a documentary or just straight?
There have been reports from other women who have supposedly escaped a cave or some shit, a fucking lair. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, have you guys know David Politis, right?
Who?
David Politis.
I don't know.
You don't know? None of you?
No.
I'm surprised. Well,
is he Greek?
He is Greek, actually. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
He's from San Jose.
He's full of shit, then, bro.
No, seriously, I'm surprised you guys don't know. But look into him. Seriously, he does a book series called 411. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of those books at all. But basically, he used to be a cop, right? And he started investigating Bigfoot. But from Bigfoot, it led into people going missing at the national parks worldwide, like from Australia, USA. I've
heard the theory too, but I didn't know the guy's name or nothing.
Yeah, there is, man. If you guys look into it, it is crazy, man. Because they're real cases. I mean, you can look them up. It's 100% fact. But some people they never find, and when they do find them alive, like kids that have gone missing for say 3 days, right? But then they find them clean, not even dirty, like nothing, like they've been taken care of. And then when they ask them like what happened, who took you, they said, oh, like a big wolf took her, say for example, right? A big wolf, right? But they were feeding the kid, washing the kid.
Yeah, that's like creepy,
to me, man. No, seriously, look into it.
He's a pedophile.
He's a pedo.
That's it. That's why we haven't seen the motherfucker, because he's been hiding out at Epstein's Island and shit.
Oh shit!
Damn it! Freaking light.
The legend of Bigfoot.
Down deep in the underground railway system, which I said on the other red pill, man.
Yeah, it's all tied in.
It's all tied in. What is that?
This is a documentary from 1976 that I discovered.
Where's that on?
YouTube, actually.
Okay.
That's not the one we were talking about earlier, right?
No, this one here's one I'd never seen and I never heard of. Okay. But the guy who is the person who made this movie, he actually is a tracker.
Yep.
And he didn't believe in Bigfoot. And then he went to, I believe it was Alaska or something like that. They're having problems with the cows. And the one farmer was blaming it on Bigfoot. And the guy's like, fuck off. Bigfoot doesn't exist, basically. And they discovered what was actually killing the cows was the fact that the water was super saturated, so they were getting no protein. So they were actually dying of natural causes. And then a bear would come in and, rip up the carcass.
Yeah.
So then he went back and he's doing his other stuff. And he goes trapping with his brother-in-law. Tells his brother-in-law about these wacky freak guys up north talking about Bigfoot. The guy's like, you don't believe in Bigfoot? He's like, no, fuck, not real, blah, blah, blah. So a while later, he actually comes across the Bigfoot in one of his tracking expeditions. And then he becomes obsessed with it. He spends all of his money following up leads on Bigfoot. And he actually is one of the people, like a Patterson Gimlin film, he actually has, and it's in this movie, footage of a Bigfoot. Out of all these scientists and stuff, a whole bunch of them said, oh, no, it's not real, it's not real. 2 of them actually believed that it's something. They wouldn't dedicate to saying actually what it is, but they were saying it was something. They're saying it wasn't nobody in a costume and stuff. So it's a good one. It's worth the watch. It's a little weird. It sort of reminds me of when you're in school watching a movie and it was sort of like one of those documentaries with the shitty music in the background and everything. But it's pretty good. It's a really good movie.
I'll definitely check that out, man. You know.
We'll check it out.
He's got a good story. A really good story.
Talking about movies,
Harry and the
I've seen
Hendersons.
so many. Oh my god, bro. Kill me now, bro. Can any of you guys list off the top of your heads your like top 3 or 5 Bigfoot films?
Not really. I'm super bad with names.
Me too.
That's the problem. Like I can visualize.
I'm the
it's
same
just
way.
Like, Homeboy will talk about some rap album. I won't even know, but as soon as he starts playing, I know every word, every beat in the whole album. You know what I mean?
Here, man.
But to name the damn album or name the damn track, I'm just horrible at it. But
That's why
it's in my brain.
That's why I wrote mine down.
No, I have a second one. Harry and the Hendersons Part 2.
Harry and the Hendersons was a
disconnect
good movie.
them now.
I kind of like that one.
Nah, man, those are good. You know, those are nice family-friendly films. But yo, I wrote down 4 of them. The Legend of Boggy Creek, right?
Yep. I've seen the documentary and the movie.
Isn't that Aussie?
What's
That's
up?
Australian, isn't it? Isn't that Australian?
No,
but there's been other films that have used that name that were based on Bigfoot.
Creek. Yeah.
One that I told Tim and Homeboy about, the sighting.
The sighting. How old?
Yeah,
I didn't get to watch that. It's actually not on any of my services up here, unfortunately.
No.
Yo, download Tubi.
Yeah,
Tubi
but
TV.
in Canada, we have different movies on different things than you have down in the States.
Use a VPN, man, and then you can get around all that.
Yeah, I'm not that high tech.
Okay,
Yo,
fair enough. Oh, yeah.
But the sightings are low budget, but surprisingly good and interesting film because they actually posed a theory that's never been shared. You know, it's interesting. Willow Creek is another one, and we spoke about it here earlier. And the guy that made The Blair Witch, he made a found footage Bigfoot film called Exists, and that has to probably be my favorite one, man.
I've never heard of that before.
Really?
When did that come out?
Cool.
Anyways,
that one movie you were talking about the feral person, it almost sounds like they were combining the story of the Sasquatch with a Wendigo.
Oh yeah, the Wendigo.
Yeah.
Isn't the Wendigo supposed to be kind of similar?
Yes.
I don't know too much about that though, you know.
Apparently in the folklore, there are people who've been out in the woods and they've been got to the point of being so feral that they've sort of been taken over by the feralness of their existence, and there's no resemblance of person really left to them at that point.
Shit. It's
Listen, man,
intriguing, man.
You gotta think about it. If for any reason somebody gets lost out in the woods or some shit and get lost, you gotta think that at some point, man, you know, they're gonna, you know, change, man, mentally.
In all your time in the Army, Spiro, have you ever been lost in anywhere? Like, so you're on patrol somewhere or something, or
yeah, bro. I'll tell you, man. You know, when we do like some kind of a land navigation training or some shit, and you're out there in pitch dark, and you're not allowed to use a flashlight for shit. You know, because it all has to be fucking tactical. And if you do have to pull out a light, it better have a fucking red lens. All right. But yeah, man, it's a scary thing when you fucking can't see shit and you're going through like thick ass brush. It sucks, man, because you know, you fucking don't know if you might fucking, I don't know, fall into some water, fall off a cliff, or get chewed up by a Bigfoot or some shit, you know?
Or punched out by a kangaroo.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, man.
You don't want to be training down here, boys. I'm telling you.
No,
you might get a spider that can kill your ass. The spiders here even catch snakes. I forgot to mention. I'm not kidding, man.
Christ,
I swear to you, I'm not kidding.
We got a lot of snakes up here, but they're not really poisonous. We have the gardener snake, which is a common snake and stuff like that. We got a milk snake, which is semi-poisonous.
Snake.
And then we have the, they call it a Mississauga rattler.
Okay, I've never heard about snakes in Canada, man. So,
yeah, the garter snakes, they get up to about almost 3.5 feet in the biggest. The milk snake's about the same. The Mississauga rattlers are actually shorter around here, but they are venomous. But most of the time, unless you got like a issue with problems, like we were out fishing one time, me and my dad, and we were walking up this rock wall, looking for whatever. It doesn't matter. All of a sudden, whammo! He got nailed by a Mississauga rattler right in his calf muscle.
Jesus.
I walked over a snake. Literally, I'm surprised I didn't get bitten. I should have been bitten.
Yo, let me ask you, man. Over there in Australia, I'm imagining there's a lot of stories of fucking household pets that are eaten, taken.
Like taken?
Yeah,
by like
fucking,
people you talking about?
No, man, by like snakes,
crocodiles and
fucking
yeah, man.
Tasmanian.
You're thinking of that movie, A Dingo Ate My Baby.
What's up?
Hey, that's the true story, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're thinking of that movie, A Dingo Ate My Baby.
A dingo ate my baby. Don't make me do the crikey, bro.
Yo, what was that movie, man? What was
That's
that?
not a knife.
Huh?
Pass me the knife. I don't even know why I'm trying to do a bloody Aussie accent when I've already got one.
This motherfucker.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
Like that. You know what I mean?
Guys, if nothing else entertained you, at least we have an Australian guy trying to do an Australian accent.
Hey.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man.
Yo, but like you've never had any reports of like dogs or fucking cats getting
not
taken
here.
out by like fucking Mothman or some shit, you know?
Mothman.
Or I don't know, fucking,
Tasmanian devil.
See, that was a real thing, man, originally. Like, it did exist, but apparently it got extinct. But now there's sightings of them again. So,
well, yeah, but didn't they actually believe it to be extinct more than once? Yeah. And they actually had photos and all that shit. And they had women in fucking captivity at one point.
Yeah, but then it disappeared for whatever reason.
Again, and now, but I mean, that's something that we cannot say, oh, you know what, it could be some fucking lie or some bullshit. It's not,
No, it's not bullshit. It really did exist. I mean, I've never seen one. It's only in Tasmania. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's here where I am. But recently they did. It seemed pretty convincing as well. There's even been big cat sightings here. Like here we don't have like mountain lions like you guys do and stuff like that. We just got heaps of reptiles, man, and like dingoes, you know what I mean? Which is equivalent to a wolf pretty much, but like a desert wolf, you know what I mean?
Isn't that a wild dog and shit, a dingo?
Yeah, they are. People have got them as pets, man. They're pretty good
Christ,
as pets, but they're vicious as fuck, man.
In Australia, of course, you know?
Yes. No, really. People have them as pets, man, for real. Like, they're different. I wouldn't personally have one as a pet, but because they're just too wild, man. Like, for real. They're crazy. Just the animals here are weird, straight up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it. They really are. They're weird.
Very weird.
I just ripped up my plane tickets to Australia, bro.
Bro, trust me,
I've heard
I want to come here right now, man.
I've heard it.
Right now, forget about it. No, seriously. Look, it's a nice country for real, right? Beautiful. You would love it if you came down. But with all the shit that's going on right now here, forget about it.
Yeah, it sounded pretty stressful on that episode of the Rational Rage podcast.
Seriously, it's stupid, man. Look, we've only got 90 new cases of COVID, for example, right? And we're still in this stage 4 bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, we're for 90 cases. Come on, man. You know what I mean? By now, we should
in the
be stage
whole
3.
nation, bro.
Nah, well, where I am is the hotspot of the whole nation. So we've got the most cases. I actually know someone that actually got COVID for once. So the first time I actually know someone that's pretty close that got it. He got rushed to hospital, man. Couldn't breathe.
Jesus.
My area of Ontario, we haven't had any cases, but Ontario in a whole, we had 144 cases yesterday out of 28,000 tests.
Shit. I think we're worse than you guys, and that's funny because what's the population in Ontario, like the whole of Ontario?
I think about 6 million, something like that.
Oh, okay, it's pretty much the same as here.
We were down in the 20s to 30 range for about a week and a half, and then they took us off of our stages. We were stage 1 when we were in full lockdown. Stage 2, we were allowed to do a little bit. Now we're in stage 3 where we're allowed to do a little bit more. But the lockdown stages, we had a good amount of numbers happening, and then they just teetered right off. So now that we're in stage 3 and people are out socializing, then now we're starting to get the numbers to go back up again.
Well, yeah, here we've been 6 months straight, man, in some sort of curfew or lockdown. They go back and forth. It's just ridiculous. Here we've had enough, man. But the rest of Australia is normal.
They declared it a state of emergency, the whole province, a few months back, and it's still remaining in that way until October 1st.
Here they just extended it for another 6 months.
What are the chances? What are the odds that it's not actually bats, but Bigfoot that actually started this shit?
Be, man. It might be.
Son of a bitch.
I heard it was
Motherfucker.
It was the Wuhan variety of Bigfoot.
The Wuhan variety.
The Wuhan foot, man.
The Wuhan foot. Fucking.
It's a weird one. It's a weird one over there.
Fungus as fuck, you know?
He is Chinese, bro.
Hey, I'm telling you, the Wuhan Bigfoot, it's deadly, man. It really is. It kills.
Apparently, man. Well, guys, I think we ran out of fucking Bigfoot tales, but I'm gonna say, man, I'm very intrigued. You know, I want to touch more on this. So, you know, this is only, again, I said, I'm calling this the Cryptocast. This is going to be episode 1 because I want to talk about this shit some more at some other time. I mean, there's so much shit, man. We got Jersey Devil. We got the fucking Tasmanian Devil. We got the fucking liberals. We got, you know, all kind of fucking,
Chupacabra.
And that one, I got a story that I told on your show, homeboy. But guys.
No. Wait a minute. Back up. You're laughing at El Gigante? But what about the giants in North America, right, Tim? That they hid the knowledge of.
You know what? That I do believe there was something.
The Raptors,
we'll
right?
touch on that.
The Raptors.
Yeah.
The tall basketball players?
The Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, the Toronto
Raptors. No. Actual giants.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
I reckon there's something to the Giants, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Giants.
Yeah, that's big.
Oh, absolutely.
But starting with fucking them too.
Yeah.
Starting with DJ Mass Effects, guys, let them know if you have anything you need to plug and shit, you know?
Well, at the moment, not really. I mean, I can, but it's too
You're
too
under house arrest, bro. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Next, Homeboy 88, shoot.
You can catch me on the Homeboy 88 podcast, everywhere where you can download podcasts, Apple, Podbean, Spotify, you name it, man. I'm on the Google podcast now. So check it out. Check me out there.
Tim.
You got a good show, man. Pretty good.
YouTube, E-Bike Mike from Welland, all my videos, and occasionally on the Homeboy podcast, and my second appearance on the Rational Rage. So go back and look up. I don't even know what that one was called, but it was a good one.
Yeah, man. What did we call it? Remember?
I don't remember. It was supposed to be about prepping, and then we just shot the shit about everything else.
Yo, that's another thing, man. You know, listen, man, we all suffer from some serious ADD, bro, okay? We make plans to talk about something, you know, next thing you fucking know, we come on here and the playbook is out the fucking window, man, you know? But DJ Mass Effects, Jimmy T, you're going to be seeing him more here also. He's actually got a show coming out. You want to talk about that quick?
Well, hopefully by the end of the week. I just spoke to the co-host earlier today. So by the end of the week, expect a pro wrestling podcast.
Yeah, man.
Another one.
Thank you all for coming on here. Thank you for making what would have been a shit show an enjoyable show. Guys, Rational Rage is available anywhere you download your favorite podcast. On YouTube, Handsome Reaper TV. Subscribe, turn on notifications for clips and other YouTube exclusive material. Facebook, Rational Rage. Instagram, rational.rage. The email. I promised I was going to read emails. I did it again. Yeah. I'm sorry. I suffer from ADD, ADHD, XYZ. Next week, I promise. The email, if you want to send any emails, you want to let me know how good I'm doing, how much I suck, how much you love me, how much you hate me. That email is rational. I don't even know my own email. rationalrage.mailbag@gmail.com. That's rationalrage.mailbag@gmail.com. Stay safe, stay alert. Rational Rage is over and out.